Our next section is what is our MMA UFC fight of the year? All right, and tossing it to you, guy number one.
All right, guy number two. My fight of the year. I know there was Charles Oliveira's fight, right? There was Israel Adesanya's fight, but my fight of the year has to go to Dustin Poirier versus Michael Chandler, and the reason being is number one, it wasn't a 5 round fight. It was a 3 round fight. So that they could exert more energy per round. And it was just bang upon bang upon bang. And it was probably the grossest MMA fight that I think I've ever seen personally. Like, if you guys want to see some like weird stuff going on there, dog. Like Michael Chandler just straight up opened Dustin Poirier's mouth and just like put like a bloody loogie and spit like it just fell out of his nose and mouth into Dustin Poirier's mouth, and Dustin Poirier took that like a champ. He just straight up ate that like nom, 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 nom,
Dude,
nom.
I would have spat that out.
Dude, it was so gross. But Dustin Poirier inched out against Michael Chandler with the jujitsu finish, and that kind of put a reminder that Dustin Poirier is a black belt in jujitsu, by the way. Um, and he was like, "Who doesn't have jujitsu?" or something like that. That was what he said after the fight. But that fight, as a 3 round fight, was just fireworks. It was really amazing to watch. I was gunning for Dustin Poirier, and I got that right, so I was happy.
Mhm.
But that just because of the things that happened in that fight, the way that it finished, the blood, uh, the grossness of it. There's actually some cheating in there too from Michael Chandler's end, which was kind of like sketchy. But my MMA fight of the year, hands down. What do you think, Mike? Who was yours?
Dude, my MMA fight of the year is Khamzat Chimaev versus Gilberto
Ooh.
Burns. A lot of people are going to say, why didn't you guys put like Glover Teixeira versus Jiri Prochazka,
Mm-hmm.
which is a really great fight, man. That was a really great fight. But I think for me, in terms of my entertainment, and like it was a 3 round fight, so these guys just went in it to bang. It was crazy because Chimaev was coming in as like this untouchable guy because he hasn't been like there were not that many punches landed on him because he was defensively sound. He would just take your opponents down on the ground and just wrestle them into submissions.
Mm-hmm.
But Gilbert Burns just stood right in front of Chimaev, and Chimaev stood right in front of him, and they just traded shots. They traded shots. The entire fight, 74 to 77% of the punches were landed to the head.
Oof.
Like there were no body shots. It was just straight, I'm trying to knock you out type of fight.
Mm-hmm.
And Chimaev got at least one knockdown in there. Um, there were not that many takedowns. There was only two takedowns out of 8 attempts in the entire fight. However, there were so many punches landed. In totality, they had a roughly around, I think, closer to like 600 punches thrown, and almost 250 punches landed, 260 punches landed in that fight. So again, this was mostly a brawl, and I enjoy that. That's why I'm picking this as my fight of the year, primarily because of how intense and how back and forth it was, how it was just straight up, let's just throw hands in the middle. Which, dude, Burns hurt Chimaev in that fight a few
Oh yeah.
times. So I'm like, hey man, I don't think you should stand and bang with Burns because he can hurt. Which it was crazy. It was a great fight for me to watch, and I enjoyed it. Primarily because again, I like striking. I like striking a
Oh
little
yeah.
bit more than than the wrestling and submissions. But that's just my personal preference. But let us know what you guys have. Who do you guys have as your fight of the year? Is it the Glover Teixeira versus Jiri fight? Is it the Dustin Poirier versus Chandler fight? Or is it someone else? Let us
Oh,
know in the comments
it's
section.
the it's the Patty versus Jared Gordon
Oh my
fight. That's
goodness.
someone gonna put that in there. Fight of the year, guarantee.
It's like it was a unanimous wash, bro. Patty's supposed to win.
Oh, he's not.
I swear, someone's gonna place a fight that happened like 2 years ago. It's like that's my fight of the year.
God.
But let
One
us
time.
know, man. Let us know in the comment section below.